Okay, so the first step on actually preparing the area that you're going to put the epoxy resin is to wet down the whole area with the hose. Now that's including your driveway and surrounding areas. The reason why we want to wet all of that down is because we're going to actually be etching the concrete with the acid that comes provided in the kit. Now this acid will actually burn and stain normal pavers, liquid limestone, pretty much anything. So we want to wet down the entire area. Anywhere where we think it might be a possibility where we get the acid, we're just going to soak it all down prior to actually applying the acid. So once we've done that, we can go on to the next step, and that is actually etching the slab. So what I want you to do is take your acid. You should have gloves and a mask on when you're doing this. I work with this product continuously all day, every day, and I can actually show you some burns that I've got on my legs from using this when I was about 16 years old of doing exactly the same thing. I'm going to be really cautious here, and I'm just going to run you through what we do. So we want to tip this acid into the bucket. So just get it all in there like that, and now we want to fill up the rest of the 10-litre bucket with water. Make sure you screw the cap on nice and tight. Make sure that obviously when you're doing this, you don't want to have anybody come out of the house. Make sure you've got protective shoes on and preferably long pants. So you can sort of see the smoke that's coming off there now. I don't know if the video will capture that, but you're about to see it once I start pouring this onto the concrete. So once we have a full bucket of acid, again I can't stress enough, just make sure the whole area is really wet. We don't want to burn any of the floors around the area, so we're only wanting to just etch the concrete that's in the garage itself. Make sure it's nice and wet. Okay, now for the etching. So just walk around with the bucket, and we're just going to be pouring this as evenly as possible onto the floor. Now once I've got that down, you can sort of see it now, it's starting to go white. And we're going to start to get a bit of a smoky colour. Smoke sort of coming off the floor. Now we just want to go through with the broom and give it a really good scrub across the whole surface. I can feel I've got a little bit of acid on my leg now, which, hence the fact why I'm asking you to wear long pants. So all we're really trying to do here is just move around that acid as much as possible, making sure it's going to all corners of the area that we're going to be coating with the resin, as well as just scrubbing off any sort of residues, whether it be oil or any sort of leaks or stains that we've got there. We just want to give them a scrub as we go. There you go. Yep. Okay, now that the actual driveway, the floor's been etched, we leave it there for roughly around 5 minutes, just for the acid to really start to take effect and to etch into the floor itself. Once we've done that, then all we need to do is rinse off the acid and just rinse it thoroughly down the driveway as far as you can, or just rinse it out of the area. And once you've diluted it with water, it's not going to affect the environment in any way. So you can do this, you can rinse this area out by using a garden hose like what I'm doing here, or you can actually, if it's really stained and it's got a lot of like excess build-up of dirt on there, the acid's going to loosen that right up, but you might need to use a pressure washer as well. This slab itself was reasonably clean and it's on a new build, so I know I'm not going to have to pressure wash. I'm just as simple as actually just hosing it out.